Welcome back. Today, I want to explore one of the most emotionally charged and challenging stories in all of Scripture. The moment God asked Abraham to sacrifice his son, Isaac. As both a Christian and a licensed professional counselor, I see layers in this narrative that speak profoundly to faith, fear, obedience, and the incredible way God meets us right in the middle of our deepest uncertainties. Let's quickly review the story itself. In the book of Genesis, God calls Abraham to take Isaac, the very son he waited decades for, the child of promise, and offer him up as a sacrifice. Abraham obeys, even though this command seems utterly impossible to understand and completely contradicts everything God had promised before. He travels with Isaac to the mountain, builds the altar, binds his son, and raises the knife. And just at that moment, God stops him. A ram appears, caught in the thicket, and God provides the sacrifice. Now, let's pause and really consider the emotional reality here. Abraham is walking up that mountain with his child, carrying a secret that must have felt unbearable, crippling even. Isaac, his trusting son, is walking beside him, completely unaware of what is about to happen. This is not a flat, emotionless theological exercise. This is a story full of raw tension, confusion, and agonizing internal conflict. Many of us know exactly what it's like to walk through seasons where God asks us to trust Him beyond what makes any logical sense. We may not face Abraham's exact test, but we face our own versions of it, moments where obedience feels incredibly costly, or where God seems frustratingly silent, or even cruel. The key to Abraham's reaction wasn't that his obedience was blind. It was rooted in his belief in God's established character. Earlier in Genesis, God had promised that Isaac would be the one through whom the entire covenant would continue. Abraham didn't know how God would keep that promise when he asked for Isaac's life, but he trusted that God would keep it. In counseling, I frequently talk with people who feel profoundly torn between what they intellectually know about God and what they are intensely feeling in the moment. Abraham models something vital for us. Faith doesn't mean the complete absence of fear or anxiety. It means actively choosing trust, deliberately standing on what you know about God, even in the middle of the fear. Isaac's experience matters deeply too. He carried the wood for the sacrifice. He asked the heartbreakingly hard question, "Father, where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" He watched his father build the altar. This moment undeniably shaped his entire understanding of God, of trust, and of his father. Isaac's story is a powerful reminder that children absorb the faith of their parents, not just through nice words and Bible verses, but by watching how we respond to God during the difficult, testing seasons of life. At the absolute climax of the story, God intervenes, stops Abraham, and provides the ram. This is crucial. This is not a story about cruelty. It is a story about revelation. It's where God reveals Himself as Jehovah Jireh, the Lord will provide. Many people listening right now feel like they are currently on the mountain facing something overwhelming, something they absolutely do not understand. This story is an anchoring reminder that God sees you, God knows your pain, and God provides in His perfect timing, often right at the 11th hour. So what does this ancient story mean for your life today? First, God may call us to surrender things we cling to, not to harm us, but to radically free us to trust Him more fully. Second, faith grows precisely when we walk through uncertainty, not when we find a comfortable way to walk around it. Third, God's provision often comes at the very moment we need it most, when we are at the end of our own strength, not a comfortable moment sooner. And finally, our obedience and our response to God in hardship can profoundly shape the faith of every person who looks up to us. If you are walking through a season of testing, feeling stretched, or wrestling with difficult questions about God, I want to encourage you with this truth. God is not absent. He is not indifferent to your pain. He is Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. Abraham and Isaac's story is not ultimately about sacrifice. It is about trust, transformation, and the unwavering faithfulness of God. Thank you for watching this reflection. If this encouraged or challenged you today, please consider subscribing for more faith-centered insights and reflections from a counselor's perspective.